As we get closer and closer to the election date, political parties will be traveling from town to town, village to village, city to city, trying to secure that last crucial votes from the public. Now, the EFF was in Lenasia yesterday, and the EFF president, the CIC, Julius Malema, met with the public there, heard their problems, had a little dialogue with them, and gave them some solutions. Mostly, he talked about unemployment, crime, and the things that are affecting the people of Lenasia directly, specifically the Indian community and the Muslim community. But he also touched on what this channel is an expert on, and that is land. Let's break down what he said specifically about land and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Black Heart, the Hustle Continua. 100% good quality t-shirts, made to inspire your goals and dreams. T-shirts are now available at an affordable price. Place your order now. 068-473-6908. Instagram at Black7576. Facebook page Black Heart.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva. And thank you so much for tuning back on my channel, the podcast of the people. Listen, today we are going back to Lenasia, where the EFF had its explanation of what its manifesto means to the people of Lenasia, specifically the Indian, the colored, and the African people that are staying there. The EFF is going around like any other political party, trying to get those last votes from the people, explaining in detail what their manifesto actually meant and how they will reach and how they will execute certain programs inside their manifesto. Now, I'm very impressed with how Julius Malema engages with people. If you have watched that video, if you have watched how Julius Malema speaks to his people, it's very amazing. Hey, it's very amazing. He spoke in length and depth with especially the Muslim community, saying how can you vote for the DA when they are against people who are siding with Palestine. They even fired one person in the DA, recalling them for standing up for the people of the Palestine, the genocide that is happening in Palestine. So the EFF is saying, how can you be a Muslim and vote with a party that stands with Israel? And also, he also pointed out, how can you be a Muslim and stay and vote for Gayton McKenzie when the PA said they would have bombed the whole Hamas? It's crazy what is going on there. And anyway, so the EFF is trying to get their votes, speaking to the people, engaging with the people. They're speaking about unemployment, teachers of Lenasia not being employed in Lenasia, uniform, they're speaking about children not having uniform, transportation is a problem. Our people are just poor because our government simply doesn't care. Our government cares about you once you commit a crime. Once you commit a crime, they give you a roof over your head, they give you a blanket, they give you a bed, they give you meals in a day, they give you free education, and also they will give you uniform as a prisoner in our land. But as long as you are still a civilian walking around here in the streets, they don't care about you. That's what Julius Malema said. So he also touched on the land question. The land question, he's going to answer it each and every community he goes to, because he needs to explain it properly to the people, what actually the EFF means when they say the state will own the land and all of that. I myself don't understand it clear. That's why I was listening with attentively, trying to hear exactly where am I missing this state owning the land statement. Why ngihlanganisa le nto le? And Julius Malema broke it down for me, and I wouldn't say I understand it fully, but I'm one step closer to understanding what the EFF means by the state owning the land. So let's listen to what Mr. Malema said, and I'll break down some of the key points that he touched there.
So, when we say we want to own the land, we don't mean we're going to take these beautiful houses of Lenasia from you. We mean the state is the custodian of the land. Let me tell you this. The state is the custodian of water. This water you drink it is owned by the state. It gets provided to you by the state. But you never opened your tap one day and felt less ownership of that water. That's why you even call it my water. My water. But if we say, show us the paper of ownership of this water, you don't have it. So why do you say, no, if the state owns this thing, we're going to feel less? No, the land is ours. The property on top of the land, it's yours. We want to collect all of this land so that the unutilized land must be given to those who will use it. There are people who have 100 hectares. One individual, 100, is a very successful farmer on 10 hectares. It has been like that for many years. He has never expanded beyond 10 hectares, but he's got 100. So many of you have got ideas on how you can do farming, but the most expensive thing is the land. So we take the land. No one gets moved from where they're staying. No factory gets moved. Nothing. They are yours. Then we look at where the land is not being used. We'll come to you as an owner. Okay, what is the plan here? No, I'm fine here. What? Okay, let's take this one. Allocate it to others. Before you know it, there are 5 farmers. Each have got their own portion in a land that used to be owned by one. If many people flourish, we all flourish. But if it's one individual that gets to be celebrated for being rich in Lenasia and the rest of others are poor, there shouldn't be these informal settlements that we're talking about. We should have identified land and then allocate it to our people in such a way that they settle like human beings and not sardines. There is no dignity. There's no dignity in how our people are settled. In Alexandria, if you go to Alexandria, you'll be shocked. The situation is so bad. And there is a piece of land just next to Alexandria, owned by Wits University. What are the plans with that land? When Dalimpofu was at Wits, they were owning that empty land. He left. His son, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, went. Wits was still owning that land. Did nothing on it. He left. Now, Mbuyiseni's son, Ratana Malema, will go to Wits. The land is still owned by Wits. Nothing is being done on that land. Yet next to it, people are staying like sardines. And don't talk about it because you are going to scare the investors. We must allow our people to stay in that situation, in squalor, because some investor is going to be offended.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying my best to try and understand what these political parties are actually saying with land. My difficulty is that I'm trying to view it from a pan-Africanist point of view. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that there is history why people are owning land more than the others. There is a clear history recorded why white people own more land than Indian, coloreds, and Africans. It is recorded. There is history that is recorded how our country got colonized, when our country got colonized, how our people were treated, when the land was taken, when they were moved from one area to another, when the language was stolen, when why African people gave our people what you call Christian names, when our people lost our language, when the rape cases happened, when our colored people started coming about the race, and how and who was moved from where. There's clear cases when it comes to that. And also you go to Telebranch and you go to how the apartheid government was supporting farmers, was supporting white business so that they can flourish in our country, in our land. The apartheid government supported African businesses without any hesitation. They supported them. Yes, it did help because they were in the minority, so it was kind of easy to support them. At that point, even the currency of South Africa was the strongest in Africa at one point, the strongest in Africa. So we came about where our people were killed. Children were shot in 1976, the massacre in Sharpeville. There is so many cases that I can tell you where our people were slaughtered for no reason, up to Solomon getting hanged at the age of 21 years old, and we can go back and see where this land was taken from, who this land was taken. Come the CODESA negotiations, Mandela had to give something. You can't have everything when you negotiate. When you negotiate, you're going to compromise on other things just for the sake of progression, for the sake of peace. So I believe that Mandela did a great job getting us off the line of democracy. He got us off the line. What we did after that, even Mandela did not get the 2/3 majority. Thabo Mbeki is the one that got the 2/3 majority. And so we are speaking about a Mandela that just got us off the line so that people, at least now we can vote. Now we are free to move. When it comes to the land issue, you will see. But the negotiation said there has to be some type of reparations by the Afrikaans government, by the African people, for the people of the native people. So 30 years later, long story cut short, is that we don't have the land. So now the problem is towns developed and people died. Those who used to own the land, generational wise, the families are split. Now we are educated. Now we're staying in town. Town was also stolen. Every place that you call town, a city, was stolen from a chief and a king. Let's get that one clear. Whether it be Joburg, whether it be here in Kimberley with Kgosi Kgaleshiwe, wherever you name a city, there was a king that was ruling over that land, and most probably the king's family, the bloodline, are still alive till today. So Malema starts by saying, I hope I broke it down nicely for you guys. Malema starts by saying, listen, the state is going to own the land, but we are not going to take your house. So we know the state is not going to take black people's houses. So it means the state is also not going to take the white people's houses. Now, what that means to me, it says, Malema says they will go to the farms and take the unutilized land. So if a farm is 100 hectares, they're going to go to the farmer and say, listen, you have 100 hectares. We want to take 40 so that you can be left with 60. Or we want to take 80 so you can be left with 20, for example. But farming does not work like that, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you might not know this because you are not into farming, but I'm privileged to be working for the Department of Agriculture. When it comes to farming land, you need a big land because of the number of animals you have on that land grazing. We call it the grazing field. So on the grazing field, cattle move from one field to another because once they use this field, they can no longer use it for some time, for months on end, sometimes a season, sometimes a year, depending on the type of cattle that you are using, whether it's sheep, pigs, cows, goats, whatever you are using on that land. Once they graze on that land, they move. Nothing else can come and graze on that land. That's why you need the 100 hectares. You want your cattle to move around so that they graze here, they move here, they graze here, and then you supplement it by buying lucerne so that you can feed your animals yourself also, so that the land can rest. The land need to rest so that it can produce again. The same thing goes for if you are planting what you almost said milli corn, whether you are doing potatoes, onions, and whatever. You cannot use the land without stopping. The land, you sometimes you just need to leave it alone and let the rain and the sun do its job. You can even put some chemicals on it so that you can rejuvenate the land. So when you go to a white farmer and you say, you are not using that corner of the land, we want to take it, he's going to say to the government, listen, I'm using that corner. That corner, I'm using it in this specific season. I'm not using it every year, because this year I use it, next year I don't use it, to give the soil chance to be fertile. For yes, fertile is the correct word. You understand what I'm saying? So and remember, our colonizer, they are not going to take their homes. So there's no going back. Like I always say, what do we say about land occupied, bought, and obtained before 1994? What are we saying about those people? These people, they stole the land. There's nothing that was legally bought before 1994, according to me as a Pan-Africanist. So that's the confusion I have there with the state owning the land issue. Let me just check my notes. So that's what I just explained to you. It scratches what Julius Malema says. Instead of one farmer owning this 100 hectares, we can have 5 farmers owning 20 hectares each on that land. It's not going to be productive, that land. I'm telling you. I'm in farming, guys. I'm telling you. You cannot cut my land down. I'm going to produce less. And whoever you're going to bring that's going to take that piece of land, he's going to suffer, because maybe that land is the land I just used now and I'm moving away. His cows are not going to have anything to eat. Understand? Or his potatoes is not going to grow properly because the land is being used, and this is the year where I was giving the land a break. Do you guys understand this land issue? So if you are not going to touch the land that is colonized, if you are not going to you're going to do property protection on the land and everything, like the politicians are saying, let's just leave the land issue alone. It's fine. I did speak to my people here on the channel, and I told my people, I said, my African people, some of you don't want actually the land, you want the job. You want government to function. You want your municipality to deliver services. You want them to collect the waste. You want your sewage pipes not to burst. You want water, clean, drinkable water. You want electricity. You want the crime to go down. Some of you, actually, that's what you want. Now you're putting too much pressure on these political parties to speak about the land, and they don't have a solution. Because if you don't address the land as pre-1994 was obtained illegally, then you can't change it. People are going to bring about receipts. People are going to bring about, no, I bought this land in 1985. We bought this farm in in whatever year, then you cannot argue because they have what you call the title deed of that land. But they are your colonizers. They inherited that land from their great-grandparents who stole that land from us. If you are not going to address it as a political party, just say so. This thing of state owning the land, but you are going to, harass and intimidate small little farmers and small little mines. But the big mines you are not going to touch. You are not going to touch the Anglo American. You're not going to touch what's the big mines that we can talk about. But anyway, you guys hear what I'm trying to say. You are not going to touch those mines because clearly they can show you that they are still using the mine. But that's not the point. The point is you stole the land where you are using the mine. That's my point as a Pan-Africanist. Yina nengizwisisi na. Alengkwishishi king na. Wale sanhlalogane. Angazi labantu laba ngithini ngithethe isiXhosa na ngithini na. The land they are using is stolen. Whether you agree or not, man. And there's no way you can say you don't agree. If you don't agree, it means you don't know the history of our land. You don't know it. The land is stolen. I don't care if you build a beautiful farmer house there. You are going. You are going. You're going to move. You're going to move. We're going to put a black farmer there and we're going to equalize it. So when it comes to 100% farms in South Africa, 7% will be white and 7% will be colored. What is the percentage of Indians? 5% will be Indians, and then the rest will be Africans because it will be speaking to the population of our people. So we are going to take the land. We must take the land. Because there's coming a generation that is not going to understand why is it that the minority is owning more land than us. Just like as he's making that example about Vets. Vets is owning a land close to Alexandria. How long do you think the Alexandria people are going to continue to stay in that squatter camp that way they are staying? How long until they jump, they cross the road? Are you waiting for people, hungry poor people to jump, and then you want to send the army and the red ants to shoot and kill them? That's what you want to do, like you killed them in Marikana. You want people to say enough is enough, we are prepared to die. You cannot pay me 8,000 rand, 5,000 rand at a mine that is making millions. As a father who's working, who is staying away from his family, it's fine, you can shoot and kill me. At the end, that is what the people of Alexandria are going to do. We don't want it to come to that point. We want the government to have a solution for this land problem. None of the political parties, not even one, has got a solution to this land issue. I'm telling you right now, no attack to the EFF. I understand their pressures. And remember, with the EFF, for me, they're ticking all the other boxes. It's just this box. And this box of land, no other political party is ticking this box of land. The question of land. No, I have not heard a political party. You guys can tell me so I can go and check. I have not heard a political party speak about land properly. The last time I've heard anyone speak properly about land is Blackfest Landfest. Andy Lengitama. And him joining Mkhonto Wesizwe, he's going to have a different tune. But Mkhonto Wesizwe, at least they are saying the land must return to the kings. For me, the kings is the people. The kings is the people. So I'm happy with that. It's not the state. It's not the state. I hope someone is hearing what I'm saying. So did I cover everything? Did we cover everything? He did say land is the most expensive thing. You know, that's the inheritance we want to leave our family with. Hello? Should I fail in anything in life? Let me just leave my children with land. They will see what they can do. Let me just give them, land, a place to call home. And no state, nobody can come there and tell them anything. Can I just leave my children with land? But now the state is owning the land, even the land where I built my house. What nonsense is this? If you want to deal with the colonizers, deal with them. Manje thina singenaphi lapho? Deal with them. Why are you taking everyone's land? We did not colonize anyone. To have this piece of land. Now my piece of land is owned by the state. Come on, people. Can someone wake up and hear what I'm trying to say? Please. Please. And like I said, because you're going to go crazy on the comment section now, I'm still voting EFF because of the team behind Julius Malema. I have given up on the land quest. I have request. I can hear that whoever is funding them, whatever is happening there, they have changed their tune. That is clear for me. I'm not like other channels that are going to play back Julius Malema's videos of old times, what he used to say in 2019, in 2022 about land. You guys know those clips. I'm not that type of a person. I'm not here to decampaign the EFF. I'm saying vote EFF. Let's get that one clear and out of the way. As a Pan-Africanist, I'm not happy with how they're dealing with the land. And I've got a right to say that. I've got a right to say that. I'm happy how they are speaking about getting money from white companies that are invading tax and pretending as if they are operating at an even or in a loss. I'm happy how they're speaking about crime. I'm happy what they are saying about education. I'm happy about how they will run municipalities. I'm just happy with everything when it comes to the EFF, and I'm happy with the team that is behind Julius Malema. I love myself a Darling Mpofu, Pando. I love myself your Umpile Mauto. I love myself Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. The team is strong behind him. I love the team, even up to Carl Ngiyazi. I love what I see in the camp of the EFF. It's just this thing. It's just this small thing. But like I said, it's not a priority. It's not at the top of the priority for many South Africans, but South Africans don't want to admit it, and politicians don't want to admit it because it's very difficult to touch this land topic and address it without fear or favor of losing sponsorships and losing investors for our country. It's very difficult, So that's what I wanted to say about that. I can't believe I'm recording this video for the second time. My mic is giving me issues. Or is my phone? Yeah, it's my phone, not the mic. It's giving me issues. It's 3 o'clock, people. 3 a.m. in the morning. But I don't mind with on the weekends because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I wake up late. Not Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I wake up late. My church starts at 10, so I'm okay. On weekends, I'm okay. On weekends, don't feel sorry. When you see this time saying 3 o'clock during the week, just know I'm suffering. I'm suffering. But work is work. We have to do the work. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying. So thank you so much, my people. I love you so much. Let's hit these 30,000 subscribers before the end or before the elections come. Please, 29, what is it, 29 May. Let's make sure that we have 30,000 subscribers so that our voice can be louder. We are doing a lot of things. Tune in. I think today is Sunday. Tune in so that we can speak about our school, the progress of Paseta, the things that we are trying to do. I'll try to be live maybe 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. I'm sure you guys will be at home 9 o'clock and all of that. So I'll see you guys that time. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.